Dart Zone Powerbolt review. This blaster is a slam-fire only belt-fed blaster from Dart Zone. To operate, you load up the chain just like you would expect, and then when you pull the priming handle back, it fires. There's no trigger, and unlike Nerf guns, it doesn't fire in the forward position, it fires in the rear. How fast can I go? The pumping motion just feels so natural. Included is the blaster, 2 different belts, and quite a few darts. Now we'll go over the externals and its operation in a bit more detail. Up front, not much going on. Very cool looking molded plastic, but not much to function. Down here is the priming handle. To fire the blaster, you pull back, and when it hits the rear position, that's when it fires. This differs a bit from Nerf blasters because you prime it back, and then when it hits the forward position, that's when a Nerf blaster would fire. Not really better or worse, it's just a little different and worth noting. And keep in mind, there's no trigger. There's no way to trigger fire this. It is slam fire only. There's a little orange button, which helps you reload. So to reload, you have to open this little gate, and you pull back this orange thing here and lift the gate open. But if you try to take the belt off, you might realize the foregrip's in the way. So to get that out of the way, you push these orange buttons, and then the foregrip sort of slides up like that, allowing you to take the belt off to reload. The blaster comes with 2 belts. Each belt holds 18 rounds, so you can have 36 darts loaded at one time. After you load the belt up with darts, you can slide it over, and then you shut the little gate, and then you lower the foregrip right like that. Because that's so slow, you can also just load it while it's in the blaster, no big deal. Moving back, not much else is functioning. This is all just molded plastic, no buttons or anything. There's no trigger, like I said. The grip is very comfortable. It's oversized, so it's friendly to an adult hand, but it's not alienating to a child. Smooth edges, oversized, that's exactly what I like, and the cool little hand grip just looks neat, but it doesn't interfere with the function of how it holds. The velocity of the blaster is not what I was expecting. It's averaging about 73 feet per second, which is comparable to Nerf Elite blasters it's shooting online with everything else on the market. Compared to the Dart Zone Scorpion, which I already reviewed, the flywheel blaster by Dart Zone, it shoots way softer because that Scorpion shot about 100 feet per second, which was just insane. So I assumed the Scorpion was an outlier, that all Dart Zone guns won't shoot like that. And it is worth noting that it doesn't actually shoot Nerf Elite darts. The Dart Zone darts are just a little bit shorter, so if you try to load a Nerf Elite dart into this blaster, it won't actually feed, which is a little bit disappointing. The design is a little bit different, but not really worth mentioning because they're just as inaccurate as Nerf Elite darts. They fly everywhere. If you think Nerf Elite darts are fine though, then these will be just as fine because they're the same. Now getting to my opinion of the Powerbolt. Overall, I definitely like the theory. A slam fire belt gun is really fun to use. It's not especially accurate because it doesn't have a trigger. That's the nature of slam fire. The firing velocity is in line with other Nerf guns, so you can definitely compete against other Nerf people. My biggest gripe is how long it takes to reload though. That really is just an inherent nature of belt guns. They take a long time to reload. I'm just a little disappointed with the length of this belt. I think it's just really awkward to have to open up the lift gate, and that part's fine, but then to have to move your foregrip out of the way, you really have to sort of fumble a little bit to get the belt off. It's a little bit slower than it needs to be, and they gave you 2 belts, so I don't understand why they don't just assemble these into one belt and give you one giant belt, because then you would not have to even touch your foregrip. It'd be long enough just to slide over. Perhaps it's one of those marketing things where they think, oh, let's just cut it in half and pretend we're giving the consumer 2 of them to make them feel happy. I have no idea, but you can also just reload while it's out here, which is just fine. Overall opinion is mixed. It's not something I would personally use because I really like triggers for the consistency. Slam fire isn't my style, nor are belt guns, but the performance is pretty good. The mechanics are great. It doesn't really misfeed. The firing mech is great. Ergonomics are phenomenal, actually. Very, very comfortable, well spaced. So hopefully I've given you everything you need to make an informed decision on whether or not you want to buy this one. They claim this as a Target exclusive, so I'll place a link in the description box to the Target website where you can purchase this blaster. And if you don't want to do that, hopefully you enjoyed the review. That's it. Thanks for watching.